Okay, we're back again. Day 3. So this is gonna be a later upload than I had originally intended, but I did not get up and ready fast enough in time this morning to record a video of me drawing. So, unfortunately, we're doing that now. I just got home from work a bit ago. Maybe this will. I'm just having a bit of a delay when I first put up the cursor down. Yeah, essentially, I did legs last night at the gym, and it just took me a bit longer to get ready than I thought it was going to. And because of that, I was not ready in time. Okay, so I have learned my lesson, and by that I mean I was drawing cubes the last couple days, and I was not drawing them right because evidently when you draw cubes, you need to not be a dum-dum. And by that I mean perspective is drawn at 3 different vanishing points. So we're just going to do that right now, real quick. Nope, don't want to turn on sticky keys. This is a different user than my main user on my computer. So if something like that pops up and you're like, weird that he hasn't, you know, gotten rid of sticky keys. Okay, so that dot's not going to work there. So maybe we'll go from there. Do that. And do that. And do that. Okay. And this is like essentially how it's supposed to work. None of the lines should be parallel. So you should see a cube in here. Let's make a new layer. I still haven't learned the hotkeys for this stuff. But essentially that's like, okay, we got one line here, and then one line here, and then a line here. Oh, yeah, it's this delay. It might be because I'm plugged in by USB, because I forgot to shut my tablet off last night, or yesterday morning rather. And then you kind of just go, oh, didn't make contact actually, but that's fine. Something like this. And then something like, yeah, I'm not making contact. This is a little buggy. That. And then like that. Roughly there. No. And then you do this, and you've got a cube if like my lines were all nice and neat. More or less. Which I will admit that these do still look bad, but they look like they're supposed to look right, and I'm just bad, if that makes sense. So when I clear out a lot of this, it should help. Come on, there it is. There it is. Darn nabbit. Dang nabbit. See, that looks a lot more like a perspective cube. It's obviously a little wrong, because like this I think this side needs to be coming in more because the point was like here, right? So this should be more like that maybe, which means that this line here is going to be closer to, oh, it's really hard to draw this when my tablet doesn't respond to my first movement. Okay, more like that. And then if we erase this, this one, whoopsie, that looks more like it's supposed to, assuming that my lines were straight. Let's see if this is working. Okay, yeah, it's on. Let me try just unplugging the tablet. See if that fixes our problem. There it goes immediately. All right, so we're going to do this for like a little while. We're just going to draw some squares, right? And we're not going to use the lines, the vanishing points that I had here, because I want to have those off and just try to like eyeball it. This is sort of going to be a reference here, but I'm not going to like stick to this exact angle. We're going to do lines like here, you know, and there, and there, and then, you know, maybe we do a line that's like in here in this way instead. And then, I don't know, we go crazy and we go up instead of down. I don't know, but that is the plan. Excuse me. We're going to do this layer in blue. This is going to be like the demo version done correctly for the most part. And these are just going to be like, we're trying. So, oh my, I don't know if you saw that my cursor got all jittery. It's interesting. I should turn on smoothness, the stabilization function. But it would also help if maybe I rotated my tablet so it's in line with my arm movement rather than being at an angle. Much better, not, you know, 100%. So if this is straight down and we draw another line, we're going to want that line to go a little bit in, right? And then we draw another line that's back here that's tighter, and we're going to want that to be a little bit in, right? And then we draw a line here, and say we'll draw a line there. So this should be, oh, that's not deep enough. Like that. And to connect these, we'll go like this. So that's going to be too steep for that other line that I have there. So we'll make it a little nicer. This would hit like here inevitably, I guess. So we can kind of go pretty level across there. I've goofed. I should probably draw one square and then draw another square rather than just drawing miscellaneous lines, because this needs to be up higher. But I guess we can just do it like that. That's fine. And then, so this one needs to be a little steeper than that as well. And we erase. And while our lines aren't very nice, because we can't draw straight lines still, I mean, like, that's a box in perspective, man. The person I was watching also was like, you should draw your inside lines. That scares me, so we're not going to do it for that one because we feel confident. Number one was done well. Let's not ruin it. I know Bob Ross says happy little accidents, but this was like, it's supposed to be demonstrative. I mean, like, I think the conversion here would be like right there, right? You're gonna do like boop, 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 boop. But we're cowardly. We're cowardly at this channel, so we're not gonna go there. So first we'll start with this box, okay? So let's do something crazy. We're gonna go like this. This is our first side, and then this is our other, and then we'll come in here a little bit, and then this is gonna come down like that, okay? Box number 1, okay? And then we're gonna, whew. So this is gonna be like, whew. And then, so, this is gonna be somewhere like that. I think that might be a little too steep. Control Z that. Still too steep. Alright, because that will hit here, and then that will hit here, and then that will hit here. So that should be pretty close to accurate. And so this one's going to be like nearly straight down. So what's my other? I said nearly straight down, and then I didn't draw it nearly straight down. Something like that, maybe? That looks kind of close, right? Maybe if it was like a funky little lens, it would do that. So, trying to figure out like here, because this is there and that's there. So actually here, it's going to be closer to this angle. Right, and we'll erase these other ones. We'll leave the first one because it can be just off enough where it looks like it might be believable. Okay, and then this is going to be whereabouts, and that's going to be here, whereabouts. I mean, this is definitely, the corner should be lower, I feel like. It feels like it should go like that, and then like this, maybe. And that'll look a little bit more accurate. I don't know. You tell me. That looks closer. Honestly, this angle's really bad. All of this is really bad because I chose this weird angle trying to be dynamic, but then I couldn't figure out, like, vanishing point here. I mean, that goes there, but where is this one? This one's up here. It's like there, right? This is the point that would be hitting these. There, there, and so this should be, literally this one should be straight down. That's what my issue is, but that's okay. We're learning, we're moving. We'll do a couple more of these because we're about halfway through what I'm anticipating recording. I still need to eat dinner. I came out, I got off work, I changed, and then I'm here. Yeah. So there was things I was going to talk about. I have since forgotten them. You know what I want to do? I want to do one that starts with like a line straight down. Right? And then out like this. Like, I want this corner to be facing the audience member. So that's going to go here. This also would look a lot better if I could draw straight lines, but what do you do? So this is going to come in a little bit. So let's see, I've established these lines here, but I need to establish this. Because if I thought establishing this, I don't know where this line starts, right? I don't think I bound that. So whatever did I do here? There we go. I have mute bound to delete on my default profile, but not on this one because I haven't set up any of the shortcuts. So I just sneezed really loudly. I apologize. I don't have video editing software, so there's nothing I can do to remove that. And so it's just going to go in, you know? We're just going to call it. We're going to call it like that. So this is my point here. So that's a pretty easy one. But this is going to be basically horizontal. And so this is here and this is here. So it's going to be pretty steep, no? That actually, it looks good at first glance. I mean, it's less of a box and, I mean, less of like a cube and more like a rectangular prism. But I'm not really worried about dimensions so much as I'm worried about accuracy in perspective. That doesn't look half bad. So we're going to say this is probably our best box of the day without using our lines here. I was thinking about going, in the video I watched, they talked about doing cylinders too, and that you basically just start with a box in perspective, right? And let's just assume that this was actually a decent box. It's not, because it's like, yeah. But regardless, you would do 2 of these back to back, and then you would kind of just like round out the edges essentially in the inside, and then you have your lines, and so you've got your cylinder. Because you could just do this and do that and then do that and then do that, and when you erase, or maybe they went outside, that would actually make more sense if you go outside. So you draw. I was getting ready for work when this part was being talked about. And then you hit all of those. Oh. Because then you've got this box that you can erase. Does this make more sense? I feel like this makes more sense. Because you've got this. It's just maybe you delete this line too. Or let's not delete it. Let's just make it dashes so that I can see it for future reference. And then you would do the same here where you like round this out. And then once you delete this, find the eraser tool. See if we get rid of this line, it almost looks like a cylinder, right? Almost. Obviously I would need to do the inside for it to look more cylindrical. Keep this circle going here. And then like boop, boop, boop or something. I don't know. Cylinders always, like 3-dimensional objects always flip my brain because you can see it as if like this space here is the outside of the cylinder on like the bottom right, like you're looking up at it from here. Or you can see it as if you're looking down from the opposite angle. So that's, I don't know. I don't know if anybody else has ever had that problem, but drawing shapes without any shading or coloring like hurts my brain. Doesn't cause me any physical damage, but like I just see both at the same time and it makes me want to vomit. Um, so we're 20 minutes deep, and I think it's time that we do a quick little line practice. We'll use this here. We don't need to be doing this every day, but we are going to do it for now because it's I feel like I need some easy stuff before we go to the next thing, which we're going to try like a pretty real attempt on a face. Um, it's not going to look good because I haven't watched the face video in like 3 or 4 days, but it's good to actually do stuff because I really want to be able to draw faces. Inevitably, I want to be able to draw like bodies and stuff like that, but I don't know, without getting like too weird. Like I'm a face guy. Like faces, it's what I look at when I look at a person. I look at their face. The rest of it don't matter. I mean, I guess it does to some extent, but like who you are, it's your face. It's your eyes, it's your mouth, your nose. When you make contact or conversation with people, you don't like, stare at their waist, I hope. Or at least not for most people. I'm sure there's circumstances that I immediately have thought of that would be like appropriate. But, you know, most times when you're talking to people that you know, you're going to be looking in their face. Hopefully their eyes. Eye contact's good. It can be a little intimidating. I make a lot of eye contact, which I guess people find somewhat off-putting. But it's like eyes are windows into the soul or whatever, if you believe in that stuff. So, oh, that one's really bad. I rushed it. I find like the start is a lot more rough, but when I get towards the end, like once I hit like this line, essentially, my line becomes way smoother. From like here to here, there is as many mistakes as like here to here, right? That makes sense. I thought about drawing a line to try and provide clarity as to what I was talking about, but that's really all I'm doing is drawing lines. So I wouldn't really make things much more clear. Essentially, like this distance here has as many errors as this distance here, right? In the smoothness of the line. I think a lot of this too is me. Like I need to find the right tempo where I'm not rushing too much, but I'm not, trying to be too much of a perfectionist. I don't know what that tempo is. And we'll do the trying to match your line as you draw it thing. I should be wearing long sleeves for this. My hand is clear from the friction, but my like the edge of my forearm is not. Yeah, I feel like the start of every line here is much more rough for me than the end. So, I do inevitably have plans to take all of these videos I've uploaded thus far, if I ever get a video editing software, which I should, because I'm pretty sure they have free ones that are solid. But all I've ever used really is Premiere, and I ain't dishing out money for that. And doing them like, I don't know, 60 times fast, so that it's like a 30 little second clip where I can just be like, hi, this is day one of me doing my day 100 plus daily drawing challenge thing so that I can maybe be a good artist. It can't get much worse than this, right? Thanks for coming by, and check in tomorrow for more content. And then you come in tomorrow and it's like day 3 or day 2. It can get worse. Or the study of it can get worse. And then day 3, whatever we're going to title this, we still haven't figured out a title for this. That's all right. Okay, so my horizontal lines need a lot more work in terms of staying consistent with the line than my vertical. But I also think, well, that's not true. Towards the bottom here, my horizontals are really good, relatively speaking. Not towards like an artist, but towards what I've drawn thus far. All right, so circle. A little too flat here. This should be longer because this is longer than that, right? Irrelevant. This is not what we're here for. I'm going to draw a little line to cut off the face. And down here is where the chin's going to be. So maybe we... Why do I keep doing front facing faces? Oh yeah, it's because that's the only thing I know how to do. So I haven't watched the video enough or done enough face study. Because I know, like, essentially what he does is he goes like whoop, and then maybe like whoop, and then this is the face, right? And then you got like your hair. But my brain doesn't know how to make sense of that yet. I haven't studied it long enough. The cubes made sense. I could send something up with the cubes, and this is the hardest way to draw a person, but it's the only way we know how. So find our middle line. That was terrible. I've drawn so many horizontal lines I can't draw a straight one anymore. Okay, draw our vertical line, and so we know like here and here should be where the eyes are. And here should be where the eyes are. That one's far too wide. I think it's still too wide because I've cut off. This is not perfectly centered because this side is elongated, but that's okay. We'll try our best to accommodate. And then we go like thirds because this is a female face, apparently. Or a young lad, or laddie, or laddess. Okay. And then, so the eyes are here. This is like the eye canal, right? I don't remember if the eye canal really ends with the nose. I don't think it does for women. I'm pretty sure it still doesn't. So there should be shading here. And this is all highlight because this is where our cheekbones are. Okay. And then we come in here. This is going to go down. Chin should be like right there. I don't know how to draw this so that it comes in cleanly. All right. I don't recall how to do the hair either, really, because I don't remember how he attaches this. Right, like it's not quite like that, I don't think. That looks kind of goofy. But we know our ears start with the center of the eye. They end with the nose. Start with the center of the eye. They end with the nose. That's our nose there. Little weep whoop. Probably should have done this on a different layer, but that's okay. So now we're going to take our lines here. Let's do it in a different color again. Let's go, I like blue, but we'll go orange. We got our, that's not right because there's going to be hair there. So we're going to go here. fix it in post. We'll fix it in post. And then continue up. Maybe my problem is that I'm making this too steep. Here, maybe the line needs to be more just vertical. Because, like, now you get up here, and, like, the head seems really wide, like some Jimmy Neutron. Big brain kind of thing. Still don't know how to draw eyes. We'll figure that out later. There's a video on eyes that I'll watch for it, I'm sure. Because I've seen that the video exists. I guess, like, it's supposed to be more rounded, right? So maybe like this. We can just do simple, like, moe eyes. And boom. I think these eyes are going to be too far apart because the circle is not perfectly round. And that's not how you draw a nose, okay? So we'll do a little nubby here. Little nub. And then like a little nostril line. Something like that, right? Eyebrows. She doesn't need to be angry. She just looks angry because of this. So I started drawing angry eyes. Okay. And then I don't know how to draw the inside of an eye at all. So usually eyes don't look like this, but we're just going to stick with that because I've already drawn it this way. And we're going to say it's a style choice. Okay? It's definitely a style choice. So from here, we got to do some hair, right? So let's, well, actually, we can still draw the mouth. Again, something I don't really know how to draw. But we'll do it like this, and like this, and like that. And if we shut this off, it kind of looks like they've got a bad stash and a goatee, but that's fine. That's good enough. Let's look at hair. The nose looks kind of goofy. The eyes definitely look goofy. This certainly already looks like a dude, but that's okay. We'll try the irises. Or not the irises, the pupils. To give shape to the irises. Should I make them? Maybe I should make them this shape too. This little, like, bullet shape thing. And so hair. Heads are like this, right? We're going to give them some really ugly bangs. I just need this line to help me out for now. That's why I should be drawing this in black. Let's fix that. And we should be drawing that on the layer beneath. Okay. Select here. And then the key is, my understanding, because I watched the hair video, is that not all sections should be the same length or anything like that. Like, break up the pattern. If you've got a big swath, the next one should be like a little, and vice versa. Give the hair some texture, maybe. I don't know. Like, I saw the video, but I don't know how you draw hair, so we're just kind of, we're winging it. This is bad hair, but that's okay. That's not the point. So now we've got this. And that's kind of the shape of the head. And that's a head. And then we got to get some neck so that it looks like, you know, a real person. And that's our face. Cheekbones are going to be like there and there. Uh, so now they look, starved. Um, we need to add some hair on the sides, right? Because right now it's too like front facing in my opinion. You need to give it a little bit of something here. Maybe like that. And then if we erase this line here, and maybe kind of fix this a little bit more so it looks like real head of hair. You can like it looks kind of like this is shaved and shaded. And then I don't know. Feels like this character would have like a little. I feel like I'm pretty good at drawing the first line, but the follow-up line is always bad because I never can match that curve. See what I'm saying? Something like that. And this is, I'm not going to say our first serious face, but like I was trying to draw a face and that's what it looks like. So, yeah, we've gone a little bit over what I was anticipating to be on today, and that's a-okay. So just so that we can have the full scope of what everything looks like, probably should have done this line art in a different layer, but that's fine. Well, let's also do this. Day 3, a real, holy cow. Parentheses, attempted step forward. And with that, it's day 3, folks. We'll be back tomorrow, probably posting around the same time as I usually do, or so far these last couple days. I've already started thinking about recording something in a day in advance so that it can post the next day, so that I can have a consistent time slot on those videos. Probably something I should have thought of before I did this, but like I said, this kind of whole thing was on a whim. But yeah, we'll figure it out. Hopefully by like day 15. I'm sure I'll have it figured out by like day 10, but give myself a little bit of wiggle room there on the far end. So yeah, I'll be back tomorrow with day 4. This was day 3, a real attempted step forward. Have a good night. We'll see.